Beaver Mountain Ski Resort is located in northern Utah, just 50 minutes outside of Logan. It's also 2 hours north of Salt Lake City. So today we're going to talk a lot about this resort and really just the pros, the cons, just things to look forward to, things that you should know before heading out this way. And we're going to talk about this. And I think this is one of the probably better, small, hidden ski resorts within Utah for sure. The first thing that I really like about Beaver is just its overall size. Compared to resorts in the area, Beaver has much more diversity and just overall size. With over 800 plus skiable acres and with a 17-foot vertical drop, this place really just has a lot of options. And I compare this mostly to the other ski areas in northern Utah, such as Cherry Peak, who doesn't have a lot of options. But they have 4 lifts, one of which is kind of their kid lift. It's called Little Beaver. And that one's honestly really great. That's where I actually learned to ski, was on Little Beaver. And I still enjoy going back. I think it's fun for kids, but I think it can also be equally as rewarding for like an adult. The other 3 lifts, I think, also hold a lot of options and a lot of diversity. I really enjoy going on Harry's Dream and Marge's Triple. I think those 2 are my favorite lifts at Beaver for sure. Next, I would say that the prices at Beaver are actually really good. The day prices, I think, are really affordable, with $50 for a half day and $70 for a full day. I would also add that season prices are also very fairly priced. Considering the size of the resort as well as just the overall snowfall, I would say that the season passes are very fairly priced as well. Now, going into some of the things that I think Beaver really lacks in, they are kind of in a really weird spot geographically because they're about 50 minutes away from Logan, which I would say is the next large town or city near them. That could make it kind of difficult for people traveling because it just feels like it's really out of the way for some people to come up here and stay. So I would say location is definitely something that I find a little difficult to get to. And this is coming from someone who lives in Logan. I think compared to Cherry Peak, Logan just seems a little bit more out of the way. And the next thing I would say is crowds. Considering Beaver is the resort of choice for a lot of the people in Cache Valley or just northern Utah and even southern Idaho as well, there's just a lot of people that choose Beaver, which is probably a good thing and a bad thing because it shows people really enjoy it. But I think that can also sometimes make for a lot of very long lines. So in these videos, we're here on a holiday weekend. And for some reason, this was the same thing last year. On a holiday weekend, nobody was there. If you're trying to ski at Beaver and you don't want a lot of lines, go on a holiday. So go on Martin Luther King Day, go on President's Day. If there's a Monday or a Friday that you have off, hit Beaver because for some reason, people just don't come up on those days. But on a regular Saturday or a regular day that you're going to be up there, lines can be anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes because, like I said, Beaver really is the resort of choice for people who live up here. And even people who are out of town. On the lift, we ran into a lot of guys that weren't from Cache Valley, that weren't from northern Utah. A lot of them were from the Salt Lake area. A lot of them were from the Provo, Orem area. So people really do travel to come here. There's a lot of people that really enjoy Beaver, and I think that says a lot about the resort. I would say my overall takeaways is that Beaver is just a great place overall. I think their customer service is fantastic, and compared to other places, if you're getting a day pass, the lines here are really fast. They've been doing this long enough that they know what they're doing, and it leaves for not a lot of waiting time when you're getting tickets, which is super nice. On top of that, I would say just the drive to get there, as much as it may be far away from the nearest town, the canyon drive that it takes to get there is really smooth and it's quick, and there's not a whole lot of congestion with traffic at all. On top of that as well, I would say snow is just fantastic. They get a lot of really good snow, and with that snow, the temperatures there get really, really cold, and that could maybe leave for some stiff and firm runs. We went and it had snowed over the weekend, and we went on a Monday, and it was about negative 20 degrees when we pulled into the parking lot. And we were the first people to get up there, and all the runs were freshly groomed, but it just felt really firm. And I think that had to do with the fact that it was just so cold that a lot of the snow had frozen. It doesn't take away, though, from the experience. We still enjoyed ourselves, but it could definitely sometimes be kind of firm just as a result of how cold it gets up there. But overall, I would say Beaver is a really great place. I think I would probably rate Beaver Mountain like an 8.5 out of 10. I think they're super great. They got a lot of snow. They're definitely the best resort in northern Utah, but I would think that because of their lack of size compared to places near Salt Lake, they're just not the top of the line go-to spot. But overall, 8.5 out of 10, great place. Definitely recommend checking out Beaver.